Being a software engineer isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Usually, people often only talk about the good things about tech, and it makes the job seem unrealistic. Those who want to be software engineers should know what the job is really like, and not just expect a big salary and cool office perks like free coffee and dogs at work. Those are great, but the job also comes with its own challenges. Now, let's get started. One of the biggest issues being a software engineer is burnout. What causes burnout? As you move up the ladder, your responsibilities increase and you have more meetings, but the same amount of programming work. This can quickly become overwhelming, especially when your to-do list becomes never-ending with bugs, refinements, UI UX work, and technical depth that your team never gets to. Another problem is that there's often a lack of resources and teams are understaffed. So there's always a need for more developers. The pressure to succeed is high, especially with videos of people making big salaries fresh out of college or in their 20s. This can make you jump from company to company and work non-stop, programming both at work and outside of work, neglecting your health and sleep. All this stress and overload can lead to burnout. And that's just burnout on the job. Burnout can also happen before you even start your first day at work. If you're constantly working and don't have time for anything else, it can lead to a poor quality of life. Your actual software engineering job is often different than what you studied and prepared for, which makes some technical interviews tough to understand. They don't always reflect what it's really like to work as a software developer. Doing the job takes creativity, collaboration, and the ability to find answers on the internet or on Stack Overflow. But in an interview, they can ask you anything. Applying for lots of jobs, let's be real, LinkedIn is just a resume dump. And preparing for technical interviews, interviewing, and starting the job can all make you feel exhausted. After an interview, you might think, I never want to do a technical interview again. And there will be days when you have to work on holidays instead of spending time with your family. It's a tough feeling when you make it to the final round of interviews with a company and still get declined. Of course, it's great just to have those opportunities, but it can be really discouraging when you go through multiple rounds of interviews and don't get the job, without a clear reason why. You might just be told to work on data structures or algorithms more, but that's a vague statement that depends on who's interviewing you and how picky they're being. Tech can be annoying because of the double standards. For one, you have to study for technical interviews like it's a college exam. That's not something other industries have to deal with. And then there's the idea that you should live like a monk, eating cold food and sleeping all the time. It can be especially frustrating for junior developers who just want to learn the code base and get as many pull requests done as possible. To be a successful developer, you need to be able to handle lots of pull requests, stay up to date with new technology, and maybe even code outside of work. It can be tough if you have other interests besides coding. It's ironic that your value as a developer is based so much on your coding skills, even though companies might not hire you because you're not a culture fit. The tech industry is super competitive and there are more jobs than programmers. But you might still feel like you're going to lose your job or be looked down upon if you're not the best on your team. There's a lot of imposter syndrome and unhealthy comparisons in the tech community. But the truth is, if you're a programmer at a company, you're valuable. Some people love to eat, sleep, and code, but others enjoy technology and programming but need to balance their time for their mental health. Developers spend all day interacting with computers, and it's important for them to have human interaction too. Maybe it's time to reevaluate the 40-hour workweek, especially for developers. These are some of the less glamorous aspects of being a software engineer. Our goal with this video isn't to discourage you, but to provide insight into what to expect in the profession beyond its benefits. Many people enter software engineering with the expectation of earning a large salary, but after attending a coding bootcamp, they discover it's not their cup of tea. If you haven't yet watched our video on 5 reasons you shouldn't become a software engineer, it's worth viewing to consider all the factors before deciding. That's all for this video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your opinion. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.